Utopian worlds, almost killing your son, and the horrors of white people dancing. Episode 6 proves to be the slowest episode of the season so far, but don't fret, there's still a lot to talk about with new info and theories on what the hell is going on. For those of you new to these videos, note there will be no book spoilers, and to make it easier to understand, I'll be referring to Family Man Jason as Jason and the Usurper as Jay. I've also left timestamps below so you can see all the topics I'll be covering. And make sure to like and subscribe, I'll be covering the entire season. Now let's get into it. Things really reach a boiling point this episode when Daniella suspects that something is up with her husband. She doesn't know that way back in episode 1, Jay swapped places with her real husband, but this causes a problem for Jay. He has no knowledge of what happened between Jason and Daniella for roughly the past 15 years. This is why we see him go through old family videos and documents to study up. 15 years is a lot of time where someone can change, and Daniella tells her close girlfriend Blair of some of these tiny discrepancies, such as Jay flossing every night, something Jason would never do. But the big red flag is Jay forgetting that his son Charlie is allergic to peanuts, almost resulting in his son's death. So Blair's big suggestion is for Daniella not to confront Jay, but to follow him. Meanwhile, it seems like this perfect life Jay worked so hard to acquire isn't turning out the way he hoped for. Of all the therapists he could go to see, he chooses Amanda, who in his world was his lover. It seems no matter what Jay does for Daniella, everything backfires, including this romantic gesture of hanging his wife's painting at the charity auction. Daniella ends up following Jay to his secret storage locker, where she uncovers one of these used ampules. She's already noticed strange track marks on his arms, furthering her suspicion that he may be addicted to drugs. She'll end up giving this ampule to Ryan, who in this world is a big shot scientist and has the ability to break this chemical down to see exactly what it is. A few episodes ago, Jay called Ryan and told him to stop texting his wife, perhaps suspicious that something is going on between the two. Now we have the two meeting in person without Jay's knowledge. Then at the end of the episode, after Jay took Ryan's phone, he'll see that Daniella's been calling him. Now Jay knows it was Daniella who gave Ryan the sample and that she is for sure suspicious of him. What I'm really interested in is what will happen in the aftermath of Jay trapping Ryan in this utopian Chicago. Ryan is a prominent scientist, and his disappearance will definitely trigger an investigation with media attention. Jay was in a very public place with Ryan, no doubt with security footage to prove it, so it won't take long for police to figure out that Jay was the last person to see Ryan alive. But what can the police do? There's no body, and they have no clue about what this box does. And what does this mean for Daniella? I mean, if I were her, I'd be freaked out. The guy I had looking into my husband's drug abuse just disappeared, and my husband was the last one to see him. But why did Jay trap Ryan? While there could be some underlying jealousy in terms of the relationship Ryan had with Daniella and the potential of Jay having to spend years in court fighting copyright infringement over this drug, I think the main reason is to put a stop to his compound once and for all. Why risk having another drug out there that might be used for world traveling? By trapping Ryan, he's getting rid of a lot of problems, and at least it was kind enough to drop him in a world that seems pretty damn good, even if it is Chicago. Jason and Amanda aren't that much closer in solving how this box really works. It seems no matter how hard they try, Jason never ends up in his homeworld. To make matters worse, they only have 10 ampules left, so about 5 more tries until they're stuck forever. This might be an absurd theory, but what if Amanda is purposely sabotaging Jason's quest to get back home? We know that she has a thing for Jason. The two are romantically involved in her world, but it can't be the greatest of relationships if Jay abandoned her so that he could be with Daniella. What if this is Amanda's way to get Jay back, or at least a version of him? Or what if it's not on purpose? What if she wants something that is incompatible with what Jason wants, and it's causing the box to never take Jason back? There's a brief one-frame shot where we can see what Amanda has written down about the world she wants to go to. It reads, "A world of joy and hope and radical empathy underlined, then a place that can be home, a world, and the rest I can't make out." I want to focus on this word home here. I'm assuming Amanda's idea of home is one in which she's together with Jason. Remember that in her world, she literally has a home with him. So it could be this subconscious desire of Amanda's to have a home with him that is clashing with Jason's desire to go back to his home. This is why they'll never be able to get back, unless of course something changes. This episode, we say goodbye to Leighton after his deal with Jay goes through. It looks as though Jay gets an insane amount of money in return for Leighton starting a new life in another world. Keep a note of Leighton's white outfit here. I feel this is a very purposeful choice since we may need to distinguish this world's Leighton from Jay's, who wears all black. We don't really know what happened to the beat-up Leighton we saw at the end of episode 4. Did he end up venturing out into that desolate Chicago, or is he still wandering the corridor? Leighton also hooks Jay up with the guy at the end of the episode who encloses the box in concrete. So does this mean Jason is permanently stuck? I don't think so. For one, this concrete wall isn't impenetrable. Anyone with a pickaxe could theoretically make their way through it. Second, who's to say this is the only way back into this world? Could there be other boxes? Could Jason build a new box? Considering there are infinite worlds, nothing is off the table. But what did you think of episode 6? I want to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, be sure to like and subscribe, and for more bad takes you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ThinkStoryYT. Until next time, remember, Daddy loves you very much.